Hello, everyone, and welcome to Off the Record with Judah,
Kirk,
and Gabe.
Today, we're going to be digging into a long promise. Some could say it was promised to you thousands of years ago at the rate of videos that we've promised to do this series.
Yeah.
And not yet done it. But the long-awaited return to looking at some DC Comics. And we just read the first 6 issues, or if you're Kirk, the first 7 issues of Absolute Flash. Yeah, he didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
He was doing his own thing.
Yeah. So we're back in the Absolute universe, though, which it's been a little while since we've done that.
It's
but
true.
then, like Judah mentioned,
was the last thing we looked at there.
I think so. Yeah. And then, as Judah mentioned, we keep promising to do Absolute Flash and like going on breaks and being sick and having other content to cover.
Yeah.
It just kept getting pushed back, but we're finally doing it.
Yeah.
So summary, Judah.
Summary. All right. So this ginger kid is in the middle of the desert. And you're kind of confused because he's very worried about someone chasing him. And then we discover there are people chasing him. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then we flash back in time. I think it's like 2 days.
Yeah.
And we see Wally West. And he and his dad. His dad's in the, I think, a research for the military. I don't know if they say which branch.
Yeah.
I think maybe the Air Force because they're in Colorado. That would make sense to me. But they're at a base. I think it's Fort Fox in Colorado. And he's the only kid on base, and he's always treated a little differently. He's a little different than his dad. He's trying to run around and find stuff to do, and he's late. But scientist Barry Allen, who's researching there, covers for him, and they have a little conversation. And, you know, we kind of get into the fact that his mom died, and it's not really been the same with his dad since then. Gonna get like a little emotional beat there that's setting up this kind of father-son dynamic that we get to see a little further. And then basically the rest of the issue is a conversation between Wally and his dad, and then Barry invites Wally to do something, and then the issue ends with them doing that thing. Issue 1 done. Issue 2, back to the desert. He's getting chased. Crazy. Flashback in time. Mm-hmm. Some weird experiment has happened. Wally has speed powers, ? Wally's dad confronts Barry about it because he doesn't want his kid around Barry, which makes kind of sense because, I mean, personally, I wouldn't want my kid to become some kind of speed demon, but, you know.
Yeah.
So, that happens. Confrontation ends with Barry dying, ? I think, because I'm not sure that he's dead.
It's a little weird. It's kind of like
weird.
the Hunter Zolomon turning into the Speed Wraith thing in the CW Flash show.
Yeah.
It kind of seems a little bit like you're dead, but like your body is still like animate to like chase after people.
It's kind of zombified, kind of idea. So we do see that in the second issue as well. So we get that. Then we're back in the present with Wally. He discovers a monkey, who is Kirk's favorite character.
It's actually an interesting character.
Yeah,
but,
little baby Grodd.
Yeah.
You're
definitely an interesting perspective on Grodd, though. That
it's different.
Because, like, we just covered DCKO2, and we have Gorilla God in that one, and it's like a super version of Grodd, who is already a super gorilla, right?
Yeah.
And so then this is just like this little dinky, weird-brained, tiny little like monkey, Curious George type character versus that, and so it's interesting. But he has this
monkey. Yeah, and him and the monkey, they go to Central City. Mm-hmm. They interact with a few people. There's a melty guy in Iron Heights. They get to Iron Heights. I don't quite remember how they got there. They were somewhere in the city, and they ended up in Iron Heights.
I believe what that was because this is like an alternate universe type thing, that Iron Heights isn't a prison but is a place. Like just like
a town.
The name of a couple city blocks in Central City.
Yeah. That would make sense because he just kind of like is in Central City talking to these people, and then Blobby Fire Guy, who I don't know who that's supposed to be,
I don't know,
attacks some people. We do get a character that absolutified that I was not expecting, which is Elongated Man, because they call one of the teachers at the school that's right by the Iron Heights Mr. Dibney, and Ralph Dibney is Elongated Man.
Yeah.
So we may be getting
they did him dirty in the CW.
They did. Because he's a great character. Yeah. They've also done him dirty a lot in the comics as well, but that's future video. We could do an entire video on
just on Ralph Dibney.
Yeah. So, saves the people. We kind of get the next issue, so that kind of encapsulates the first 5. And the next issue, we kind of get the perspective of the dad in searching for him. And it's kind of sweet, kind of understand a little bit more of the dad's perspective. Because if you're just taking Wally's side, he comes across as more one-sided and less caring than he really is. Then at the end of that issue, he decides to call his son, who picks up. And the government is not a fan of that. So he's taken out. And I don't know. He may make it. He may not make it.
Yeah.
We'll find out. But we are introduced to Eleanor. Is that her name? Eleanor Thawne?
Oh, yeah. It was a Thawne. It was a Thawne.
I think it's Eleanor.
And I was wondering about that as well. Like, is this just an alternate version of Thawne, or is this...
Well, I would be... So, Eobard is from the future.
Eobard. But his ancestor was...
What was his name? Ethan Thawne?
No.
Dumb like that?
It was...
Eddie.
See, this is why we have him here
Gabe.
in the background. Yeah,
he's chained in the dungeon.
Comic expert.
Yeah, so Eddie Thawne is the ancestor to Eobard
like
Thawne.
CW show expert, but...
And...
I'm the expert here.
So...
He's the expert, guys.
Yeah, so we have... I was thinking that it could be like, there isn't an Eddie Thawne in here, and this is just like the alternate universe, like, kind of taking effect. Or it could be that there are... two Thawnes. And that this is like sister, aunt, something like that.
Yeah. Well, have you read Absolute Evil?
I have not.
We might have to do a video just on Absolute Evil. But you read Absolute Evil. Mm-hmm. We get to see some of the villains from these disparate books that come together. Mm-hmm. And she's one of them. And the first 6 issues, she is in the background. We're introduced to her.
Yeah.
She's a presence, but not like... She doesn't... I don't think until the last thing where she takes out the dad... I don't think she's, like, portrayed as a villain, particularly. Compared to, like, all these other Absolute books we've read. You have outrageous villains like Black Mask and, Ra's al Ghul and the freaking...
Demon Cthulhu thing.
Yeah, the Tetracide.
Yeah.
And Hades himself.
Right.
So, like...
Versus just, like... kind of the government being a little bit, like, what...
And the...
Like, the government is kind of portrayed like just the government would naturally be in any story. Versus, like, this being a super dark version of the world.
Yeah.
It's like, there's changes, obviously, but it's not like...
It's not like everyone... We see that with the rogues a little bit, because the rogues aren't... Like, they're going after Wally to find him.
It was Mick. The lava guy's Mick.
That's right!
Because
it is, because that's... Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. So the rogues are going after Wally. That's the people that are chasing him. So we get to see Captain Cold and Golden Glider and Boomerang, and there's the person with the face, the big face, I think is the
person with the face, guys, is the person with the face.
I think it's
like a tribal mask type thing.
I think it's the Tinkerer, though. I think that's who that's supposed to be.
Tinkerer?
I don't know.
He's a Flash villain.
Flash villain? You sure it wasn't like Trickster?
Oh, is that supposed to be Trickster?
Is it?
Is that Absolute Trickster?
I don't think so.
There were a lot of characters introduced in this story, so it's a little hard to keep
I remember being surprised when I read the name for that villain,
character,
though. So I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Well, one of these days we're gonna come back and like do follow-ups on all the Absolute ones.
Oh yeah.
Once they're all released.
Yeah.
So
we'll get it streamlined.
We'll have figured out. We'll be a little bit more used to the characters as well because we'll be more immersed in the stories with the second issues or second volumes of the stories. So by then we'll know a little bit more. But right now there's just so many characters being introduced across an entire new universe that it's really hard to keep track.
Yeah, it is. And this is like I like. The kind of... I don't know. I've read a little bit ahead, so maybe this is spoiler for the future. But
it is Trickster.
Is Trickster?
It's Jesse James Trickster.
Jesse James Trickster.
I pulled up on Comic Geeks. So it's got like... It's like IMDb, but for comics.
So, Gabe is our fact checker here.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep. Yeah. That's what he's here for. But I like the dynamic of the Speed Force not being like how he gets his powers seems to revolve around death a little bit because you have Barry chasing him. I don't know if that's a dream. We don't know what that is yet.
Because then there was also like Barry's skeleton out in the caves, but like that couldn't have actually been his skeleton because it would have been in the actual facility at Fort Fox.
It also wouldn't have decomposed that fast.
Well, it could have with all the weird science shenanigans going on and like the electricity and things like that.
But still,
so I think just the location of that is a little weird. It looked more like it was a vision and like he's trying to run from this.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be a little bit of like he feels guilty for it in some way, and so he's trying to like resolve that guilt a little bit. And you see those kinds of stories a lot, and I feel like that's one direction this is heading in, where he has to kind of grapple with that a little bit as he goes on his heroing journey. And also one of the things he saw was a possible premonition about the two different paths he could go. One where he's a celebrated hero, and one where he's like this weird like electricity wraith thing.
Yeah.
That's like obviously supposed to be the bad version of
it.
And so it'll probably be a little that
it's the absolute universe. We've already got some wild stuff.
It'd be real cool if that happened. Or even if it didn't happen, but we saw more premonitions of what that future could be like, and so we can kind of see some of that a little bit. It'd just be really cool. But I think that'll be part of it, where he's trying to like grapple with both his powers and also with the fact that he feels guilty about Barry, and maybe some other things that he may feel guilty about. His mom, potentially his dad. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And so how he handles that could lead to one or the other future.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. Gabe, you have any thoughts on Absolute Flash?
Not a whole lot of specific things, but I did want to go back to something you Kirk mentioned a minute ago regarding the Thawnes. And in checking Absolute Flash's League of Comic Geeks page, there is in issue number 1 a cameo of Eobard Thawne. So it is confirmed there is an absolute Eobard Thawne.
Really? Okay, well, wait. Which, does it say a page for that? Because I want to see this.
I don't know what page it would be, but it's just this guy. It's like one image of him. So he's...
okay.
It might be in the, like...
He's got blonde hair.
That's crazy.
He's got blonde hair, guys.
That's
wild. They change how characters look. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
It is helpful to know. Also, what we didn't mention is Mirror Master was at the end of Absolute 1. So.
Oh yeah, is that what this guy is?
That's Mirror Master.
Yeah, that's Mirror Master.
Oh, okay.
But on the last page of Absolute 1, you see Mirror Master.
He says mirror, mirror on the wall, and it looks like he's looking into. At this point, it kind of seems like the future a little bit.
Because it's like recorded footage of stuff we've seen.
Yeah, stuff we've seen, but that we didn't see until future issues.
Yeah.
So we see the monkey and... Oh, crap, what's his name?
Grodd.
No, not the
Wally.
monkey. Wally, thank you. I forgot Wally's name. We see the monkey and Wally like actually meeting, but that doesn't happen until after issue 1.
Yeah, it's issue 3, so...
Yeah, it kind of seems like this is... either this is we're seeing something in the future, or he is seeing the future. And so... I guess we'll keep you updated on that. I'm just going to flip through this while you two talk and see if I can find Eobard.
Theoretically, he's also in issue 6 and 8.
Eobard?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So we haven't read 8.
Not that we're covering 8.
Not in this...
not yet.
This set, but, it is released, so if you're, like...
Yeah. So we got to keep an eye out for that, then, as we go forward.
Yeah.
Alright, so one of the things we talked about Mirror Master. He does make an appearance at the end of issue 1 in the free Comic Book Day DC special. He makes an appearance, and so does the regular Mirror Master. And all that's tying into what is to come in Absolute Flash. But also a little bit of speculation for the future that has been revealed and is like public knowledge is Mirror Master may or may not bring together what we would consider to be the first absolute superhero team. So our first, like, big, more than just one person crossing over with another person, which we're getting with Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman. First, like, big team-up may be our absolute heroes taking on Mirror Master, which is interesting, because I can't think of an instance where a Flash villain is big enough to, like, in the main universe, to take on the Justice League. I don't know what you guys
because Flash is usually just kind of a relegated...
Yeah, but I just think it's interesting, Mirror Master being introduced. I feel like we have so many villains in this Flash story compared to any of the villains that we had introduced in any of the other Absolute titles. Like, I think in Absolute Batman, we get hinted about Bane and Joker at the end, but we don't get, like, any other villains. And in Superman, it's really just Ross. It's like...
Yeah.
And has been.
Yeah,
for the entire
and in both Superman and Batman absolutes, they're very behind the scenes, and it's like a big group of people is the main bad guy in those stories. So with the Superman one, it was the Peacemakers and
the Omega Men.
The Omega Men and things like that. And it's a big group of people that he's fighting against. Obviously, somebody's behind it, but that's not the focus of the story, really.
Yeah.
It leads up to the big bad.
Yeah, and
like,
Batman, you have the Party Animals and Black Mask. And,
right, exactly. And so it's just a little different in that way.
Yeah. And Wonder Woman, we get Tetricide, we get Hades.
Yeah. And those are much more direct, like it's one-on-one fights.
Yeah.
I guess Hades is still in the same way, like he's behind it a little bit, but it's not like he's amassing big armies of people to go out and fight, and then he's only in the background even to the end of the story. Like he's also confronted at the end of the story.
Yeah, he is.
So it's very,
yeah, it's just interesting. It's a very interesting thing of note. But I think I don't know. Do you have any further thoughts on the ongoings of what we've read from this?
I do have one thing that I need to say.
Okay.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, even if it's just a keyboard mash and you blame it on your cat or something. I don't care. Leave a comment. And we have Instagram. I'm going to start mentioning this. Go follow us on Instagram. It should be _JK for Judah and Kirk. Not just kidding. Although it's not a bad idea. But follow us there, like all the posts that we have on there, do all the things. Do all the things that you should be doing because you're on YouTube.
Yes.
And we would greatly appreciate it.
We would greatly appreciate them so much. And leave your thoughts if you've read Absolute Flash for 6 issues, whatever has been out to date, which I think is 10 or 11. And leave your thoughts on what you've read of Absolute Flash in the comments below. We'd really love to read your opinions, and we're very great at interacting with comments, as has been proven video after video.
At a minimum, I'm going to do what I can to give a heart to your comments if you do leave them down there.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, and we appreciate y'all for listening. Gabe, you have any?
All right.
Did you find Eobard?
Thawne. So I'm not sure where his cameo is in the first one. It might just be he or something related to him is mentioned in passing in the first issue, but in issue number 6, which is the first actual definitive cameo appearance, physically you can see him and know it's him. It's on, if you're reading on the DC Go app, it's on page 20, which is the Mojave Desert single page, or it might be a double page.
Yeah, I think it's a double page spread because I have
it's a double page spread, sideways. But it's
and it's
just
Jay Garrick.
This. And so it's in 1944. So this Eobard is in the past, not the future.
And there's also Jay Garrick.
And it's when they're doing the first, version of this experiment or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, it's gonna, Thawne says, or what's implied to be Thawne, says, it's working. And then Jay Garrick says, it's going to blow, turn it off, Thawne. And then you see Jay Garrick run in and stuff happens, and
I remember that
he's
now.
just sitting there.
Thawne tosses him in the machine.
It looks like he...
I'm pretty sure he tossed him in
the... or pushed him or something, yeah.
Look, he just looks...
Yeah, it does look...
It's not the clearest toss, I
think.
so,
no, it's... But the language says, no, I've come too far, and then he says, what are... And then he dies.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you doing because you're throwing me into this?
So I'm not sure why he was in issue 1, but maybe that's explained in issue 8. So
we will get to
our next
that
video on Absolute Flash if you want to know more about
Thawne. Of course, thanks for that.
I'm glad we found that. / you found that.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm excited because including Thawne and Garrick in there is setting up long-term stuff.
Yeah.
In my brain.
It's not. This is just a quick one-time little thing we're doing that everything gets kind of wrapped up in DCKO.
It's going to be engaging potentially for 25 plus issues.
Yeah.
Which is what we want.
Which is very exciting.
It is.
And I'm very much looking forward to continuing to follow all of these as they come out.
Yeah.
So I still think that Absolute Wonder Woman is the best of all the absolutes. I would put this at...
It's better than Absolute Superman by, miles. We had to read the second volume. I think, from what I've read of Absolute Superman, in my opinion, it gets better. But that might be next on the block.
That might be the next
revisiting
one.
Absolute Superman, Batman.
There you go.
So
Definitely should.
As far as an actual rating, I don't remember what I've put as all the rest of them. Again, we will be probably sometime in January going over all the comics that we've read so far and making an actual list, like ranked list of all of them, to make sure going forward we can actually see what's better than others. We're
gonna do an end of year recap of all of the comics that we've done and give you a little ratings box, and we'll go from worst, the thing we did not like, to the best.
Yeah, and we'll actually put some number out of 10 for each of them as well. But as far as this one, I would put it somewhere in the middle of all the Absolute Universe ones. It's probably not the worst. It's probably not the best, like Absolute Wonder Woman. But as far as an actual rank goes, I can't promise that this is actually going to be in between because I don't remember. But I'd probably put 7.5.
I agree. I'm thinking 7.5, and
It's a solid one.
It is,
and it's engaging.
It is engaging.
After reading Absolute Manhunter and Lantern, those weren't. If I'm being honest, they weren't engaging. It was a lot of. Manhunter was just.
It was trippy.
But Lantern was a lot of I have no idea what's going on.
And neither of those we've done on this.
Explains things.
Sure,
neither of these we've done on this podcast yet. So
not as good as Wonder Woman though.
Yeah, let us know which one you want us to cover next. Which one did you think was better of those two?
Between Lantern and Manhunter?
Yeah.
Definitely Lantern.
Okay.
Manhunter, it's
trippy.
Well,
I heard it's trippy.
It's really trippy.
So, do you want trippy and worse, or a little bit more standard and better?
Trippy,
according to Gabe.
Trippy doesn't mean... I think...
It was worse because it was trippy and hard to tell what the story was trying to do.
I have an idea of what it was trying to say. Well, it was trippy. It did make me feel like I smoked a lot of weed. But it wasn't... I wouldn't say it's bad.
So just tell us what you guys want us to cover next, and we'll go over those.
Or Batman or Superman, because we also...
Or Wonder Woman Volume 2. We have all Volume 2s of all those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
So we could potentially just do all the Volume 1 of everything, complete those first, and then move on. Or if you guys don't even think that those seem too interesting, just let us know, and we can just skip over them for now, at least.
Volume 2s.
And then go to the Volume 2s.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, leave your thoughts in the comments below. With that being said... good morning, good evening, and good night. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.